Hello, and thanks for joining us on this very special Wednesday. I'm Hoyt. Hope your holiday preparations are going well. Here are the headlines that we are following this afternoon. And developing overnight, a mass shooting at a Virginia Walmart kills 6 and injures several others. We'll tell you what we know about the shooter and victims involved in this latest tragedy.
Food and drink are the centerpiece of the Thanksgiving meal, but there are some simple ways to have a healthier holiday. I'm Naomi Ruckham with advice from the experts.
Plus, another reason to celebrate. A beloved Christmas classic story turns 65 years old. We'll tell you which one coming up in our must-see entertainment headlines at 12:23. But hard to believe on such a pretty day, we could be looking at a big difference tomorrow. Nathan Scott.
Yeah, it's going to be a big change in the weather, Rolly, because we're going to see clouds and rain. This guy still shaking his tail feather. I don't know why. This is just all wrong. Unless you're a duck, you would like this forecast. So this guy, he's got to go. There we go. Umbrellas. Yeah. Galoshes. You will need them because it is going to be a soggy Thanksgiving day all around central Arkansas. There's the forecast. Cooler as well. Temperatures only topping out into the low to mid 50s. And if you're wondering, what's the chance of rain in my location? Well, there you see it. It's 70 to 80% chance Thanksgiving Day all day long. That basically means you can expect a steady rain throughout most of the day. It may taper off to the west of Little Rock going through the mid to late afternoon hours. But signs of change already starting to push their way in here from the west and southwest in the form of clouds. The clouds really taking over Hot Springs, Arkadelphia. So we'll see increasing clouds through the rest of the day and temperatures only into the 50s right now in Mena and DeQueen. Also rain showing up on radar. A lot of this not reaching the ground just yet, but there is rain being reported in Texarkana at this time. So we'll have that chance of spotty showers as we go into the rest of your Wednesday, especially to the west and southwest of Arkansas. Ahead of the rain, temperatures will warm up into the low to mid 60s around the region. But like I said, tomorrow's going to be much cooler. I'll let you know how much rain we could see and how long the rain will stick around coming up.
Nathan, thank you. There has been a deadly workplace shooting at a Walmart in Virginia. It's left 6 people dead, 4 others hurt, and police in the city of Chesapeake trying to determine a motive. Skylar Henry has the latest details.
Police are combing through the scene of the latest mass shooting in the country, this time at a Walmart in Chesapeake, Virginia.
There's people on the ground right now. They've already taken a person or 2 out.
Police say a store employee opened fire last night, killing 6 people and wounding several others. Witnesses say fellow workers were among the victims.
He killed a couple of people. By the grace of God, I made it, and all the other people I knew made it. Literally just walked out the place he shot up.
Police say the gunman apparently killed himself and was dead when they arrived.
We have reason to believe that there's no risk to the public at this time.
The shooting happened with less than an hour to go until closing, and the store was busy with Thanksgiving shoppers and workers stocking up for Black Friday.
He actually was shot in his side.
This woman said her brother was among the wounded.
What was really strange to us is that he clocks in at 10, so he hadn't even been there 10 minutes.
Virginia's governor noted it's the second mass shooting in the state in recent weeks. Earlier this month, a gunman killed 3 people at the University of Virginia.
That absolutely brings with it a sense of anger, a sense of fear, a sense of deep, deep grief.
Walmart tweeted that it was shocked at this tragic event. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Chesapeake, Virginia.
An employee in the store told the Associated Press that the stocking team had gathered in the break room when her manager turned around and opened fire on the staff. Well, later today, the suspect in the Colorado nightclub massacre that killed 5 people is expected to appear in court by video for the first time after being released from the hospital. 22-year-old Anderson Lee Aldrich expected to be officially charged with first-degree murder and bias-motivated crimes. This morning, we're learning more about the alleged shooter. Court filings say Aldrich is non-binary and goes by the pronouns they and them. Aldrich had been arrested for an alleged bomb threat last year, but was never prosecuted. Police are still trying to determine a motive for this shooting, and some of the recovering survivors have been sharing their experiences.
This is something that's going to stick with me forever in life. The bullets will be right there with it, and I'll never forget.
I will be uncomfortable going anywhere for a long time. I pretty much heard it first. along with everybody else that was up by the door. They just hid.
Last night, mourners returned to the memorial that's been set up outside the Colorado Springs nightclub. It now bears an altar with pictures of the 5 victims who died. Testimony and tax returns highlighted Tuesday for members of former President Donald Trump's legal team as the Supreme Court cleared the way for Democrats in the House of Representatives to get access to his tax returns. The decision came after several years of legal wrangling. The Treasury Department will now release 6 years of tax returns to a committee led by Democratic representatives. None of the 9 justices recorded any disagreement with the ruling, and it also came on a day when lawyers testified before a judge serving as special master evaluating documents taken from the FBI raid of Mar-a-Lago back in September. Meanwhile, President Joe Biden is announcing that he will extend the pause on federal student loan payments. The news came in a video posted to Twitter yesterday, and it comes as the president's plan for wider student loan debt forgiveness remains tied up in the courts. In his video message, the president defended his plan despite these lower court rulings that are blocking it so far, saying, quote, partially, "I'm confident that our student debt relief plan is legal, but it's on hold because Republican officials want to block it." 2 courts so far have ruled that the president can't authorize loan forgiveness. The executive action for now means that many people with loans won't have to make payments until at least June. A week after Taylor Swift fans caused crashes on the Ticketmaster website, a Senate subcommittee focused on antitrust investigations announced plans to hold a hearing on the lack of competition in the entire ticketing industry. No date or witness list has been released so far, though subcommittee chair Amy Klobuchar says the hearing will look at, quote, how consolidation in the live entertainment and ticketing industry harms customers and artists alike. Ticketmaster has denied accusations of anti-competitive practices and points out that it's been under a Justice Department consent decree since it merged with parent company Live Nation back in 2010. All right, let's turn now to something that millions of Americans are doing today. We are traveling for Thanksgiving. Many people already on the road or preparing to head out. Thank you for joining us at noon if you are. Chris Van Cleve is joining all of us as well and has a peek at the travel rush so far.
Nothing says the Thanksgiving rush is on like miles of brake lights in Los Angeles. It's exactly the kind of backup Kevin Rigotti is hoping to avoid on his drive from D.C. to New Jersey.
It's usually brutal trying to get all the way up, so I'd rather just do that today instead of having to wait until tomorrow.
While the average price of gas has dropped 14 cents in the last week, at $3.60 a gallon, it's still the highest Thanksgiving at the pumps since AAA started keeping track.
It's extremely high, just to fill up my tank. So I'm not traveling, I'm staying local this year.
Just a verbal warning, all right?
Because this holiday weekend is typically one of the deadliest on the roads, police nationwide are stepping up patrols.
Hopefully people, slow down when they see us.
The airports continue to see crowds at pre-pandemic levels. Amtrak says it too is expecting its busiest week of the year.
I like the train. I just sit down and I don't feel as anxious or anything.
AAA expects trips by train, bus, and cruise ship to jump 23% this Thanksgiving. In Miami this week, Carnival launched its newest vessel, the Celebration, with a sold-out 6-day Thanksgiving Caribbean cruise. Carnival plans to serve up 36,000 pounds of turkey on its ships this week, something Tisa Curry's family is looking forward to sampling.
After the pandemic, we hadn't really got together that much, and we wanted to get together as a family and take a cruise.
AAA expects the worst of the holiday traffic leading up to Thanksgiving to be between 11 a.m. and 8 p.m. When you're thinking about your drive home after the holidays, AAA recommends either Saturday afternoon or early Sunday morning. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, on the road in New York City.
Traffic looks light in Midtown. Hey, we are hours away from the best part of the holiday, the meal. But now that you've got a game plan for travel, let's get you a game plan for healthier options for your favorite foods. We've got some lower calorie ideas 5 minutes from now.
We got sunshine. A large part of our Thanksgiving Day will be a washout. What about the rest of the holiday weekend? I'll have those answers and more coming up.